So this Capital Stadium Series jersey, we have the word mark caps. And this is kind of the first iteration we've ever had of a team's nickname going as their crest. And some people hate that, and some people don't mind it. I just think that this jersey, the font really is what takes away from the Caps crest. It doesn't really even remind me of the Caps normal crest font. It's this weird all lowercase CAPS. I mean, I'm not saying make it capitalized, but I mean, it's ironic. It says caps, and the thing I'm asking for is some caps, please. Let's get some caps on these letters, because the stars above look awkward. They don't really match. I think they could have maybe fixed that by adding some stars on the sleeves, or just something. Something on the torso needs to be done. Also, the hemline is all red, a huge red stripe. I think that would have been better to add maybe a white stripe to break that up. But yeah, this Caps jersey, it's one of the worst jerseys in their history. I think most people would agree with that. We're going to put this jersey in the D tier. All right, and we had who the Caps played. We had the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that's a name that I haven't really seen in too many specialty games recently. Definitely not Winter Classic, and definitely not Stadium Series. So hopefully they get some sort of match soon. I talked about this in the last video. If you haven't seen that, check it out. I'm just giving my reactions to the new Stadium Series jerseys that just released. But I talked about how they just announced the Winter Classic, and it's going to be the Blackhawks again. What do you guys feel about that? Let me know in the comments. When is a team that deserves a Winter Classic going to get one? And yes, I know Connor Bedard is on the Blackhawks, and that's going to bring in lots of viewership and money, but come on, Blackhawks. You're rebuilding. You don't deserve a Winter Classic. All right, so let's talk about this Stadium Series jersey for the Maple Leafs. It's very white. The only thing that really is on this jersey to make it stand out are two stripes on the sleeves that actually that extend into the torso and go behind the Maple Leafs logo. I do like that the crest on this logo is a white leaf, and you got that really nice blue stitching on the leaf. This is almost very Penn State-esque. You can't beat Penn State's colors. That white, and then you got the blue to outline it. It's a very classic look. The only thing I don't like about this jersey, though, is the Adidas collar template. Now, when Adidas first took over, I believe it was this year in 2018, all the jerseys had this collar where the back of it was one color, and then let's see if this collar exactly, the one I'm wearing, the back of it was one color, and then the front of it kind of like cut off into the color of the torso. And you see that on this jersey. I think this jersey would have looked a lot better if they would have done something different with the collar, made it all white with the blue trim right around the neck, or just made the whole collar that blue. But this is a great jersey. It has the Adidas bubble too. They have this bubble on their early jerseys, their Aero Ready ones, for authentication purposes. I love it because it's just this cool air bubble and you can like squeeze it. But I think this jersey is a great jersey. I'm going to put it in my A tier. All right, and moving on, we have our 2019 repeat of the Flyers versus the Penguins. And I have the Penguins Stadium Series jersey right here, Sidney Crosby. You can see how large the numbers are on this thing. You can see that cool Stadium Series patch right there. And both teams went with a very toned down jersey with just two bold colors, very similar to what we see the Devils doing this year for the Stadium Series. Pittsburgh Penguins, black and gold. Can you beat that? I mean, really, this was such a sharp look on the ice, especially it being outside. With the eye black, I think they kind of took all the mistakes they made in that original Stadium Series jersey and fixed it with this one. It looks awesome. The helmets also featured the kind of the first time we've ever seen this like blown up crest logo being on the side of the helmet, but only one side. As a Steelers fan, I like logos being on just one side of the helmet. I think that's pretty cool, honestly. So before we move on to the Flyers, let's rank this. This jersey here is going to be in my S tier. I know I'm biased, Penguins fan, but yes, it's just a perfect jersey. I would buy another one if I had room, but yes, S tier for the Penguins Stadium Series. All right, and then moving on to the Flyers. The Flyers Stadium Series jersey does almost the exact thing, but in orange. And the opposite, they have orange as their base and black as the outline. The crest doesn't feature any white. It is just black with orange in the center of the P. Just such an amazing jersey as well. You can't beat it. You have the same exact helmet logo where it's just this larger than life crest on one side of the helmet, and on the other side they have the number of the player. This is just a sick jersey as well. It also, like I said before, these Pennsylvania Stadium Series patches were some of the best to come out. It's just incredible. We're going to put this jersey also in the S tier. I don't care. I think that this matchup between the Penguins and the Flyers was the best Stadium Series jerseys that we will probably ever get. Just so sick. I mean, if you don't agree with me, just close your eyes. I want you to think of when Claude Giroux was still on the Flyers and he had his big red beard, and it's just perfectly matching with that orange Stadium Series jersey. I mean, just come on now. You can't beat it. Moving on. All right, we have entered the year 2020. The 20s are here, and we have the Colorado Avalanche versus the Los Angeles Kings. Let's talk about this Colorado Avalanche Stadium Series jersey. This was a weird jersey. It was such a design. I don't even know. They were trying something with this design. I don't know what the trend in fashion was in 2020 for them to think that this was a good idea, but I'm sorry, it wasn't a good idea. This jersey was atrocious. I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's just, to me, it looks like asymmetrical mountain peaks. I don't like how the white also is this weird V shape. I get that it kind of looks like an A, but the mountain peaks are so asymmetrical that who really knows? I don't like the torso on this jersey at all, and the striping is lazy. It's just one white stripe, probably just because the front is so busy that they're like, what do we do? I don't like the fabric is different from the mountain peaks to the torso of the jersey. Honestly, this should have just been sublimated. I don't even know why there is like vinyl fabric for the torso. And I think the shoulders just disappear in this monstrosity. This is going into my F tier. Good riddance. All right, and versus the Avalanche, we have almost an even more bizarre jersey in the Los Angeles Kings. And this jersey I actually like. I like that it has this diagonal striping. I'm a sucker for diagonal striping. I always like that. And I like how they didn't try to add anything crazy down by the sleeves in more stripes. It's just two tones. It reminds me a lot of like maybe like a deck of cards. It's just like this two-tone, black on top, white on bottom, and you have LA there. They even sharpened the edge of the L to make it kind of look like a skate, and it's flying through the ice as fast as possible. You can tell by all the lines that are at the edge of each letter. I think this is such a unique design. It is a big risk, but it actually really pays off in the end. Each element comes together perfectly. Even, the diagonal stripe entering the sleeve and not being so high that the white number doesn't have to become a black number. It all works. I think this jersey is amazing. We're putting this jersey in the S tier. All right, 2022. Let's get through these jerseys. We have the Nashville Predators, and this Predators jersey, the Smashville jersey, this is a classic. People love it or hate it. I'm going to be of the mindset that this jersey is not great. I don't like the strange font that they use for the Smashville word mark. It looks kind of like, I don't even know. It looks like the font you would see on the front of like a Lay's chip bag. Like it looks more of like an ad than a jersey. It's pretty ridiculous. The only thing I do like about this jersey is the color scheme on it is really strong, but that's Nashville. They did do that very well. I do like the guitar pick with the the Tennessee flag stars in the middle of the guitar pick. That's cool. But other than that, I think it's kind of corny. The Smashville name for the town is kind of corny to give yourself that name because you hit a lot, whatever. This is going to go into my D tier.